And welcome to Talk FCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. And this video today is going to be moving on because I know a lot of you guys coming on to today's video are going to be thinking, are you still lingering over yesterday's result? Maybe you're still feeling a bit down about it. But what we're going to be doing today is moving on, looking to the future, and most importantly, what did we learn from yesterday's game? Not what happened. We're not going to be discussing clear events from yesterday. We're going to be discussing what we can learn, what we can implement in recent weeks to come, how we can improve, and how we can get this team playing at their very best, eliminating those mistakes, and those are the kind of things that we are going to be discussing in today's video. So keep your spirits up, guys, and let's do this. But before we do get on to that, what I do want to finally say and draw a line under it, this red card for Clement Lenglet, I'm just going to bring you up to speed with some things that happened after the game. And I just actually want to bring you some quotes from the Girona player, Pierre Pons, who is actually involved in that incident with Lenglet. He was the man who was caught with that elbow. He was the man who fouled Lenglet in the original circumstance. And after the game, he said these exact words. These are quotes from Pons. I apologise to Lenglet. I didn't notice the contact from the elbow and I offered my hand to him because I thought it was a foul by me. I don't know if it was an act of aggression. We both went in 100%. We caught each other and in the end it was VAR that made the decision. I don't know if it's a red card or not. Now, those are the words from the player himself who was elbowed to the face, and that does not sound to me like it's a player who thinks that was intentional. He does not sound angry with Lenglet. He clearly says there he's the one who actually apologises to Lenglet himself, and then the referee. Pons' main concern here was the foul that he made. He didn't want to be punished for that, and it was nothing at all to do with the elbow. And the final word here on that red card, to draw a line under it, would simply be Barcelona are going to launch an appeal. They're not happy. They're really not happy. There was a lot in the Spanish papers this morning. They were really against the referee and his overall performance, and Barcelona have confirmed they will officially appeal that red card, and we will find out in the coming days if that appeal has had any success. But what I really want to talk about now is Ousmane Dembélé, and most importantly, Ousmane Dembélé in and out of possession of the ball. Something else here that I want to discuss, which I've seen a lot of talk really on social media and also with the commentary on Barcelona games about Dembélé losing the ball. And of course, yesterday he was subbed off at half-time. He was the man chosen to make way for Samuel Umtiti, who came on to replace Clement Lenglet, who'd been sent off. And there has been concern from Barcelona fans, like I say, with Dembélé losing the ball, and most importantly, the amount of times in each game that he does lose possession. And I just think it's a very dangerous road here. We need to be very careful with our criticisms of Ousmane Dembélé, because as somebody like him, that kind of player, he's the kind of guy who wants to try things. He thrives on confidence. He thrives on taking players on. He wants to go out there. He wants to put on a show. He wants to get around his man. He wants to do a few tricks, a few turns, and that's what he wants to do. He is an adventurous player, and in doing that, there is going to be times where he's going to lose the ball. There is going to be times, repeatedly perhaps, where he does lose possession, and there will be occasions, perhaps like yesterday, perhaps like we've seen in a few games of late, where he does lose it one or too many times. But what we also have to remember with Ousmane Dembélé, this is a 21-year-old player. He is still learning the game. He is still a very young player, and don't forget, he's still learning the Barcelona style of play. He's still trying to fit in as best that he can. He is going to make mistakes, and most importantly, the most important thing for him, he's got to learn from those. Every single game that he plays in a Barcelona shirt, whether it was like yesterday where he subbed off at halftime, he's got to learn from that experience. He's got to put everything that he learned in that game, and he's got to try and complete his overall game. And the most important thing, he's got to do it quickly. Dembélé has got to learn as quickly as he can what you can and can't do at Barcelona, because I personally think he's a wonderful player with wonderful talent. We've seen some of the goals, we've seen some of the contributions already this season, and this guy is going to be massive, but he does need to be a bit more careful in possession. He needs to learn when to run, he needs to learn when to pass, he needs to learn when to play the safer option perhaps, and he just needs to keep his head up, because at Barcelona you've always got options on and off the ball. He's going to see runs, he's going to see Messi, he's going to see Suárez, and there will be chances to pass the ball and make sure you avoid losing it, especially in the dangerous areas. But he will learn in time. I guarantee you, Ousmane Dembélé, I've no doubt about it, that we will see him develop his game and develop at Barcelona. And the moments of dispossession, even when he loses the ball repeatedly in games, this season already, some of them have been cancelled out by those wonderful individual magic moments that have won us games, that have got us goals. And Dembélé, like I say, I've got no doubt at all that he will learn and he will be a superstar. And my next port of call will be another man actually who did come in for some big criticism from last night's game. It wasn't the referee, but it was Gerard Piqué. And I think, if we're being honest here, that criticism going the way of Piqué is probably about justified, because last night you look at the performance, the individual performance of Gerard Piqué, and he was arguably at fault for both of Girona's goals, especially the first goal. It was really poor defending. I would go as far to say actually inexcusable defending. The way that he completely switched off, he let Stuani get in when he had no right to be there. Stuani, Piqué lets him in, and it's a big goal that we've conceded just before half-time, which has really affected the result. But look, this is something that can happen, especially when you look at Gerard Piqué's character, when you look at where he is right now in the stage of his career. Because look, you look back on his career, he's been absolutely outstanding for us. He has been an incredible person, an incredible player, and since his return to the club in the Pep Guardiola era, he has won everything here. He has done absolutely everything you could want to do in the football world, and most of it he's done several times. All the achievements are there for Gerard Piqué, but he's 31 now. He's already involved in sort of business ventures off the pitch. He does different events, different types of things like poker off the pitch. He is getting involved in things that are off the pitch and sort of life beyond football, if you like. And I think with Piqué sometimes it's not about his quality, because in the big games for me, you would still back Piqué 9 out of 10 times to have a good performance and to be very solid and be completely switched on. But I think perhaps we could see Gerard Piqué rotated a bit more often. I think Valverde, it wouldn't do any harm at all to just take Piqué at the firing line in a few games here and there, simply because there are times in these sort of games at home against smaller opposition where Gerard Piqué's mind will go wandering. He will lose that bit of concentration, that bit of an edge, and I just think sometimes, we saw it under Luis Enrique, sometimes he would just take Piqué out of the firing line. He would take him out for a game, maybe a game or two, or something like that, just to get him re-energized, just to get him refocused. And I think something like that could really benefit Gerard Piqué, to have a rest every now and then, to get his body in the best shape. He's had a bit of bad luck through injuries. He played through injury, of course, at the end of last season, and I think just taking him out would get the very best of Piqué that, of course, we all know and we all love. And finally, on the players front, I do want to talk very quickly about Luis Suárez, who again, even though he didn't score last night, just like he didn't score in the week against PSV, it was for me, once again, a bit of an improvement to Suárez. He doesn't score the goals, but at Barcelona, you have to keep in mind, it's not all about that for the centre-forward. Suárez, as that centre-forward, has got to work hard, he's got to combine with Messi, he's got to consistently make the right runs to give Messi that space, and I thought last night, even though he didn't score, Suárez put in a better shift. He is looking sharper, he completed a few dribbles, he had a good shot on target, he had a few chances, he was involved in the second goal where he keeps the ball alive, and I think in the last sort of week or so, we have seen definitely an improvement in the sharpness of Suárez's game. Now, I'm not saying he's back to his absolute 100% best, there's still steps that he needs to take to get there, but I'm just saying, there is light at the end of the tunnel, it is encouraging, we do need Suárez to be at his best this season if we are going to make it with all the trophies, and to see him improving can only be a good thing. And obviously, guys, yesterday's match wasn't really one to bring you a load of stats, but one which is really interesting to me, which stands out from yesterday's game, because Barcelona are now the team in La Liga with the most different goal scorers this season. We've currently got 7 different goal scorers, the most in La Liga, courtesy of Gerard Piqué's goal last night. He joins Rakitic, Coutinho, Jordi Alba, Dembélé, Suárez and Messi as our goal scorers this season, and I think that's a really good thing, that we've got scorers right throughout the pitch in different positions, and it's nice to have that really contributing right throughout the team, because we often see us rely massively on Lionel Messi for goals, or at least the front three to provide those goals, so it's really good to see some input from midfield, from defence as well, and I'm sure that'll improve actually even as the season goes on. We will see more and more people getting involved, and like I say, that can only be a good thing. And the final thing that I will bring you in today's video, guys, is another stat, and Lionel Messi now is the man with the most La Liga appearances for a non-Spanish player. He has 423 appearances to his name, and that was after he surpassed former teammate Dani Alves in last night's game. And of course, Messi, being Lionel Messi, capped that milestone in the only way that he knows how. He scored a goal which now makes him the top goal scorer across all of the top 5 European leagues Leagues in 2018. He has 34 goals in 36 appearances in all competitions, which really is an incredible amount of goals. So that is all from today's video, guys. Just a few things to bring you there from yesterday's game. But like I say, stay upbeat. We've got Leganes on Wednesday, which is great. You know, I'm really happy that we're going to be back in action very, very quickly. We can put this right. We can get back on the winning path. And I will see you very soon with more videos. And of course, tomorrow, build up to that game. I will see you then. Leave your thoughts down below. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça.